Salbonani, good evening. Sesibuyile njalo futhi. Mina lami ibizo ngiJoyful Sibongo ngakwencube. Le yi-podcast yabantu esithola lapha ku YouTube ku channel The Uncomfortable Truth. Njengenjwayele angikaze ngihambe ngingedwa. Nginohamba ngilomo ukhona futhi lapha namhlanje. MC Moshaba.
Baba, salbonani balaleli emakhaya, babukeli lapho khona. Isiqoza sejwana leso MC Moshaba. Njengoba ejike Joyful wathi sesikhona nje isiqephu esinye njalo sepodcast yabantu ku uncomfortable truth utshela abangani bakho betshela abangani babo ukuthi nansi podcast yabantu raw, uncensored, unfiltered, your unfiltered truth khona live Joyful.
Siyabonga. Namhlanje siphethe i-guest, a special guest.
Wow.
Kodwa ngifuna ukuthi singakayi into zakuthiwa wena ngubani uzalwa ngaphi. There's something that we were talking about off air ngendaba sibone cela uphathele i-condom labo mama lapha. Cela uphathele cela usiphathele i-condom labo mama sifuna ukulibona. There's some interesting facts that Osis was sharing here before we introduce.
Yeah. She was talking about something interesting.
What, like, what's the purpose of this condom?
The female condom, right?
Yeah.
It's for protection from rape, actually, when it was created.
Is it not for normal intimacy?
No. It's plastic, it's not latex. It's not as thin as a condom. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is plastic.
Yes, this is plastic. It's plastic. It's not latex.
Latex,
thin.
But now
feel each other.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But now, if you're saying it's for rape, the victim, umuntu ongaba victim of rape. Cela usinize thishu. Umuntu ongaba victim of rape. Does it mean ukuthi uzobe ekwazi ukuthi uzoba raped or I don't understand.
Okay, it was created for prostitutes actually. You know, I'm sorry to use that term. I'm a sex workers.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can insert a female condom anytime. It's not like we like the male one. We insert her when you are erect. This one, it can stay there the whole day. Until I'm done, and then I can take it out.
So it doesn't.
It's so that it at the body temperature. Eh?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it was actually created for sex workers initially.
Oh, well, it's not just for normal like love making.
No.
For normal couples.
No. Okay. And then I'm a sex workers. Now they have to be protected as well. I'm phone ufaka whatever. So.
Also, what happens is you can put it even
Yes. Like I'm a sex worker. It's stay in my body all day long.
Oh, but it means. But once maybe you have to the client, then you can remove and put another one.
Another one, yes.
Oh, okay. But
wow.
Okay.
Interesting. So now I'm now thinking for like someone who's not a sex worker, ukuthi nxa ngabe ufuna ukulisebenzisa how ukuthi kuyabe kusuke kwathini. It also shows how bad society has become. Ukuthi umuntu seze ngohlala elindele or esaba ukuthi something like that can happen. These are the things that I think we need to come back one day and address, especially the culture of rape. Akhulunywa ngayo kakhulu.
And I'll tell you something. I think she's one person that I believe you've been so passionate, especially about the girl child. Most of the times, you might even confuse her for a feminist. Is it the correct word to use?
Yeah.
Because she's always on the girl child.
Are you a feminist?
Well, if that's the term, you protect the female, then I guess I am.
So why this passion for protecting girl child? What did you see wrong in society that you think maybe the society is not doing enough to really look into protecting the girl child?
Yeah, well, the world is called, it's a men's world, right? But then the world has so changed, women have got a lot of impact now, severely impact now. So they are not items anymore. They can stand and be counted. And if I may tell you something eyenzekale namhlanje in a very good group that I have engithandayo. Someone posted some video that guy Guys Metro what khona ngitho labo o zero deposit.
Oh yes.
Abazange khitho even eco cash.
Yes, I remember that video.
Find like, no, but guys, we cannot do this. So put low apologize. But someone said, yeah, this is funny. Don't be rigid. But then it's not nice. It's a bad taste. We cannot laugh at such things. Yabantu. You cannot laugh at such things. Yes, we can joke. We don't get joke, but then let's respect people.
I remember there was one statement that you once made, Joy. She said, a manless world makes a warless world, if I'm quoting it correctly. Do you remember?
That sounds interesting.
I didn't understand that. I so much thought to she has this anger over men. She doesn't like us. She wants this world to get rid of men. Are we causing so much problems to that scale? You even think of a manless world.
I was actually thinking of Putin and the other it was because of that, the wars that's why I said that. It was because of that.
Because I mean people can easily misinterpret it. I want to take us back to mina ngikwazi kakhulu la inkundleni zokuxhumana and I've always seen ibizo kuthiwa Prudence JZ. Maybe uchazela ababukeli abahlali ekhaya ukuthi ibizo liphelele ngubani uJZ maybe ungasichazela those two letters ukuthi achoni if you may.
Okay, Prudence Lungile.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that's my other name.
All right.
Moyo. My papers are Mpofu. My birth certificate is in Mpofu. My ID is in Mpofu.
It's a Mpofu.
So libizeni la.
Not really. Why Mpofu? Someone will ask because my father wakhuliswa ngumama wakhe Mpofu.
Okay.
Ubaba wakhe was a nationalist Ziyaphapha Moyo who didn't have time.
The Jason Ziyaphapha Moyo that we all know.
The Zebra Commander.
The Zebra Commander.
Yes.
So namhlanje sivakatshelwe leadership.
He was the leadership. He was so umuntu ongakhuliswa ngubaba wakhe akamthathelanga birth certificate wasethatha isibongo sika malume esakompofu. So Prudence stays it. But funny enough when we grow umuntu kasasho ukuthi Mampofu, they all call me Moyo. Even my father elesibongo sangithi Mpofu, they called him Mr. Moyo. Regardless. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
So now, looking back at legacy, JZ, when Joy, since now we are Christ, I don't think they have done enough as a family to preserve legacy because I'll tell you, maybe it's few of us that might still remember, or when you say JZ, Moyo, Ziyaphapha Moyo, people will know what we're talking about. But maybe the bulk of the population wouldn't know. But why is it so? Why is our history buried? And why are you not doing much in celebrating these heroes that contributed much, especially to the liberation struggle of Zimbabwe as a whole?
Who is not celebrating? The family?
Yeah.
Do you celebrate your father?
Yes, I do.
To who?
Each and every year.
Especially with this one, I mean, I think
my father is just a normal.
Yes. So this was a person who, I'm shocked, right? Because I didn't know, right? Just right now, it's now making sense why it's Prudence JZ, right?
Why is he passionate for?
Yes.
For those.
Exactly. So if not you guys as the family celebrating him, maybe you are not presenting him well enough to us, especially abancane abangazange babe that informed.
I disagree.
Okay.
Ukuthi thina kumele celebrate with family. Unkomo wabantu and unkomo celebrated by anyone. Why don't the people of Matebeleland or the Zebra or the Zapu do not celebrate Ziyaphapha Moyo? Yes, as a family as well. kuhle kuzabe kuhle ukuthi senze something, but honestly speaking it does not go to the door of family.
No, but I would tend to maybe have a different view there in saying legacy, most of these other heroes that we know of, like if we look at the Joshua Nkomo that we just mentioned, like if you look at his son, he has taken up the responsibility of coming up as a leader, trying to preserve and reignite a political party, guys. If you look at the Mandela grandchildren, they've done much also in contributing. I think maybe the family has got a responsibility of leading or showing an interest in saying, look, this was a hero. In as much as we don't own him, he is owned by the people because he was for the people. But also, if family military initiative, be able to say, there's something that we need to do as a family to preserve the legacy of this hero.
Yes, but then if you are saying when Usman Lizo took over a party and Gababake, that's horrible. That's not his.
So what?
That is people's party. He did it. I want to believe ukuthi nxa yena ekwenzile ukwenze njengomntwana wenhlabathi ukuthi lami ngingumuntu wendawo I'm doing it. Not ukuthi ngoba ngiyenza ubaba ngoba ngoyinkomo. Then that's horrible. That's not kingdom. That's not chieftainship. Ukuthi siyaphanana njengama chief. You can example this.
But my father can inspire me. If my father led a certain project that I also believe in, he can inspire me to also follow the same path and revive his legacy and walk through his footsteps.
Yes, I do.
So I so much believe that's what Uba Hospital did and said, look, these are the footsteps that my father walked, and I am also going to walk on these footsteps and make sure that I revive his dream.
Okay.
Isn't it so?
Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. To say, not in the way maybe we might have taken it to say, it's sort of a chieftainship.
Okay.
No. Right. In the sense that he also believes in what his father believed in.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes, we do.
Yes. So, I would plead to say, let's help us celebrate heroes like Ababu, Jason, Ziyaphapha.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think that would be a difficult ask from us to say, please lead this initiative and help us preserve this beautiful history that we have.
Okay. Now that you have said that, anyway, yes, we have started as a family.
Yes,
we have started. We are working towards that. Unfortunately, it's even the COVID because I was really working with other people behind. I wanted to do it trust. I did record, which I saw Moyo said one. Ubaba Mdala was in Kezi. I spoke to him and I told Ubaba Mdala, I would love to do something like this if we can bless her. And then he said, oh yes, we've always been wanting to do this, so you go ahead. Before I say this, iguthi mina uJayZ Moyo kaso wangakiti ube ngowabantu. People are allowed to do that, and akacelebrate ngabantu, not necessarily the family. And yes, the family layo kumele iyenze something
and give blessings.
Yes.
So because thina as abantu vele we definitely want permission.
What is his name? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Joy?
No, this is my first time here.
Well, is he someone that chose to look? I will do my own thing because I don't know if he's that much in the public eye.
Not at all. He's just a villager who stays in Kezi. George Ziyaphapha.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's interesting. How old is he now?
Oh. Okay, my father would have been. Okay. He should be in his 70s.
Okay.
He should be in his 70s now. Yeah. Of course.
So moving right along, you guys, Lina, as a family, abaphila abakhona sibala la uGeorge, are you still part of the struggle? Because njengabantu beZimbabwe sisase struggle vele. Njengoba ubaba uJayZ was part of the struggle. Are you guys as a family part of the struggle right now?
I'm the only one who's an activist, if I may say. Yeah.
Are you into activism only, and what about politics?
No, I'm just an activist. Ngoba politics it just come and go. I was once a part of a political movement, Mtwangazi Liberation Front, and very active, very, very active, and then Bankocha.
What happened?
They didn't like working with other people. Bankocha, the meeting, the MNP, and this young man was there. Yes, we were so many.
They felt as if you sold out.
No, they were jealous of ideas.
Because I think when you have always pushed this agenda of trying to unify our people, isn't it? So, but why do you think they saw it fit to it's not proper for them to want to work with other people to the point that they even chase you away?
Just jealous of ideas.
Was it leadership that made that call, or
leadership? Because I was bringing young, vibrant guys like him, and who were going to Baba Tele 99 There was Owashonai Ustak Shem.
Yes.
He tried to tell them whatever it just says was so. But was a recruiter njengami. You know, that is a recruiter njengami or better. So when the better come, that abafuna abantu bakithi vele ijealousy bakabanayo asifuni ukuphakamiselana but so ngcono I don't want to be going there ukuthi hey abantu bakithi hey ngenye narrative omele sibulale and nothing to support each other.
That's what contributed maybe to, I can't say maybe failure, but to say they were unlucky that I don't know if it still exists right now, the party.
No, they were not unlucky. It lived its life.
And then it went away.
It died a natural death.
So do you think
at that time?
At that time, because right now because it was so good. I really honestly speaking, honestly speaking, it is through ama organizations we did not have a voice. We did not have a voice at all. Well, I would want to say because of abantu besintwini vele sasesivele sizithulele nje we're not doing anything sesiphonga ungavoti apathy abantu bezivele egoli bezosebenza and nothing, but then
yes.
They started, but then that time honestly things umgaba wasesemgaba seselazinyo esaluma thina thithe sesibuya bese mkhulu so that so it really did a lot. MLF really worked a lot for us today.
I agree with you.
Sikhulume what
special days.
Yes.
Would you say we are still as a people in the right path, Joy, to say where they left off? Are we doing justice this other generation that is came in? Because right now I believe even after MLF, other parties came again. MRP.
Yes.
I think you do you belong to MRP?
No, I don't. But I'm a sympathizer. I really work.
Oh, you sympathize with them?
Yeah. I work so close to them. They're my friends. I speak to them. I do things with them if I'm asked.
Are you pro their vision of cutting?
Yes.
Because I think that's the why do we think it's necessary for that to happen?
Can I answer you this way? It should be the best for us. It would be best for abantu basemathebeleleni langangale ukuthi baphile ngoba we are so different. We are very, very different. But ngenxa yama dynamics people are changing. Mina umdynamic alizondi shona. You don't hate them like the way my father maybe hated them, like me Namhlambe, the way I used to relate. I don't hate them anymore. I used to.
I wanted to ask you if you still hate them.
No. So I moved from there. But well, angeke bebe ngabangani bami labada. But bakhona abanye impela ngiphilisana labo.
That you can live with.
Yes. It would be the best. But then dynamics. Now people we are trying to create a global village.
Yes, that's the thing.
So Konapa, do you think parties like our MRP and MLF, as we all known them back then, so maybe the vision or the approach, dynamics la we are now coexisting. Should they still continue with indaba yokuquma, or should we find maybe a way of living apart from each other but still in the same country?
I mean, I think they should continue with that narrative. Why? Politics here because there's still a lot of tribalism. Right now, Hamba CCC is a beautiful organization, right? But go there is and say you want to be the president of CCC. He's a wonderful guy. He's a leader of he's good, and he has done a lot. And he can you know, so he can lead that organization.
But do you really think maybe, because there are some people that will say the other side banning Gulati. So even if pound for pound, even if the ground is level, let's say it's just voting, right? Remember also, Tina, there will be some from our side that will still vote for these other parties that are there, like OTPC. And then so do you buy into this thing, which so even if the ground is level to say, let's vote, even if we were to put a referendum today, for whatever cause that it is there, we will still lose. Because if politics are always in Sugu, is about numbers. The majority is to call the shots, even if they are not right, but people will call the shots. So do you think it would be the correct way, like, let's see, it's like about MRP right now, that are choosing also to go to the ballot box. But we know, we have seen these things happen before. And we have seen, at the end of the day, we get embarrassed for partaking in such systems. These parties get embarrassed and they don't seem to make it. What do you think is the way out? Because I don't know if that's also what you believe. Do you think their resolution or their quest can be achieved through the ballot box?
I don't know. It's a free world. But here's the thing. They're good guys. Honestly, Abawenza is coming from a good space.
Yeah.
I don't know how. There must be. I imagine one day in Parliament, I imagine one day in Parliament, someone who's not in the CCC. For instance, can I use Makakula Usashoni? But yes, Parliament. You know, always izinto ubekwazi ukukhuluma nabantu ube ngathengeki lokho ukuthi abantu babethengwa begcine sebephuma emhlabeni ngoba yezanu bonke.
So what are you saying about these current leaders? We've got our people from material but they are there in Parliament. What are you saying about them? Are they not doing enough?
No.
Are they failing the people?
No, i-agenda zehlukene nditshela ukungena lapha panel. Abantu bahambela nje uyazivela le status. Omunye umuntu uhamba ngoba ufuna ukuyalungisa indaba. Laphana honestly kungena nje abanye abantu bangena into ngoba ngiyokhona ngiyo-ONLisa ukuthi ngivotanela nini new council.
But why abantu bevotela labo bantu? Because I so much believe
they are very
ama-councillor ethu lama mayor abo MP abakhona ngabantu abavotelwa ngabantu.
Because yes.
Are you saying our space is devoid of good leaders? They've all migrated, or I don't know. Yes. Are you saying Okusele is in Futunji?
Available.
So are you saying what is left is not proper?
So people vote for who is there.
ONLisa ukukhuluma. Awumajinde ke ngifike la khona phana eGwabalanda ngifike ngime ngithi mina ngifuna ukuba ngikhansela.
Baba bevotela.
Bangivotela.
But is not also determined ukuthi who are you carrying?
It does.
Because
but namhlanga ngiphile mina mele ngihambe lapho okuthwaleka khona.
Okay.
Yes. Ngoba mina i-agenda yami asophathi. I-agenda yami indawo.
ngabantu
labantu yes
Or is it
but kule
also-
one engeke ngingene
Oh.
loba ingenjalo bakutry amandla leyo ke loba hayi ibhana ngeke
Or
ibambe
is it the same reason why sometimes you might find yourself sympathizing with Triple
yes
or even buying into the rhetoric of whatever they're doing?
yes
While it's on the other side, you still believe Uguti, maybe if we cut, because now these people have got different agendas.
True.
the
The other
best
ones
would
want
be
to
to cut but then
the
it's
other
not
ones are
possible.
saying, let's live together and fix this country.
yes
Yes.
yeah usalalela phela umfana lwana usebelalela manje ngokuya isiqhamanje isindebele ezazathi ngokuthi azathwale le nduku azafale lo mqhele usekunanzelela ukuthi kule voice efikalayo eshodayo labantu manje abanye vele babengazihluphi
But why is it we still find, like, Joy, if you do, the same mfana esikhuluma ngayo will still feel to maybe people that are not from that side? Why do you think that is happening?
I don't know why he does that. I
So-
honestly
so-
don't know. But then ngiyabhala futhi ku Facebook.
Yeah.
Ukuthi uchamisa akubone ukuthi abantu bemathebeleleni sebefuna ukuzibusa. I wrote that on Facebook.
Away from Facebook, when as an activist right now, what are you doing to make sure ukuthi this voice that has been buried for some time iyazwakala even across kubo Triple C, as you are saying right now ukuthi uselalela umfana bakhona kodwa abanye abangakalaleli uchila umo usuthola kobulawayo uDeputy Mayor lishona. As an activist, what are you doing about that exactly?
I mean, personally, my podium is social media. That's where I grovel and talk and say things.
You know, there's something also that has been also a challenge when it comes to such candidates. What do we do now to say, yes, we agree that previously, if you look at Amatolopo, when there was like this vote, they only had Imhlobo Yagiti, whereby you find the Mandela Makala. But now, with times, we've now had people that even speak Shona, being councillors. And it's people that were born Bulawayo. They live the rest of their lives, but they only know Bulawayo. So, must we dismiss them of their identity? Or must we listen to what they are speaking for? What would you say is the best thing to do? Because we are finding most of the times fighting why don't you show but most of the time
uzalele gwabalanda ukhulele gwabalanda
uzazela igwabalanda ngokuthi wesithu akale indawo yazi sithini ngawona la mashona nalawo uthi yes by tribe ishona but yena identifies himself ngendawo emathebeleni
asikafi isikhathona leso senjalo esokuthi sesingafaka noma ngubani ngoba manje sisafuna i-identity.
Why do you think it's important to protect this identity that is there?
Ngoba sisese endaweni yokuthi asika amandebele we have been sidelined for too long. So on akukho wrong balelungile shemba abonela abantu ukuthi bebe lezikhundla zona zani 100%. But kufana lokuthi khona indaba uTrevor Noah engabi ngupresident we-states. It can't.
So you say
it can't. In as much as it's very good. Or khathesi. Maybe in the next 20 years akabe sokushapha ngoba kabe sokulungisekile sokungena umuntu lama systems are right. Manje now isystem isinyo ukuthi khona umuntu ebhinga khonale afika atshela abantu amuyite izozo.
So away from politics, what else should we do? Yini enyumele siyenze ukuthi si preserve this njengoba you are pro Mthwakazi, am I correct? You are pro Mthwakazi and ngicabanga ukuthi akusiyo wonke umuntu oku politics. Yini enyumele siyenze ngaphandle kwe politics ukuthi abantu yes.
There's so many things. Like the music, your maskandi, your abubani bani. I mean, many things are happening. Even this, what you are doing right now, rather than people going to watch my teeth. Yes, I mean, oversizing. Shout it. I'm not to open each never shout it. The man says into some about to be 1,000, 2,000. What are my teeth? Probably 50,000. People want to hear that. Not everybody is a politician. Not everybody wants to listen to Hopewell.
True.
Though a kuruma into and change impills up. But honestly speaking, a human being is a human human being. Namhlanje uNkulunkulu uthi ngiyabuya kusasa lalela nini lingawoni but a human being wona. That's our nature.
Wow.
So let people be people. About politics. Bayenzele nini ama podcast.
So thina njengoba sebeke bangathi baya stathisa senzeni siqhubekele phambili noma
Constitution umkhwezela.
So do you think these platforms are people ready for these platforms? Because we saw with the backlash that was there. To say in as much as maybe there was an element of whatever people did not like. Do you think our people are they ready for speaking truth to power? To say let's share these ideas. Let's have these platforms whereby we share these ideas. You are you. You are free to come here as Prudence and be yourself without fearing. Tomorrow, some of us will clash. Prudence this, Prudence that. Are our people, especially people from Maryland, ready for these platforms? But even if I say they're not ready, you will still find them, like what you said, in these other platforms is about consuming content.
They are ready because they're going there. They're going there. By landela kunengi even ku TikTok you find ukuthi abantu abezizinto ezinjani
bagcwele bona
follow. Follow. Usithi abantu kulamanye ama groups impela ukukhulunywa into eziningi ezinjalo kuyasakhana especially ku Facebook. Usisiwana tholakale elo lezo
they trend
comment abakhomithina sasesikhommenta sesikhuza yabona sithi kathi yeyilina into zabo Dubai lezana people want to hear those even the news
you have touched a very important subject to say recently there have been a lot of those kind of issues where bawuzi bantu kanti umjola Someone's njani kanti lingaphi bo auntie kwenzakalani? Why is it so easy now for women as married as they would be utothi kwe
angenisa ujoy
or umoshaba emzini wenye indoda? What do you think happens? Do you think the society is rotten or kukhona that is contributing to that or asas?
No vele kusenzakala.
Okusenzakala
ukhulu bebuyehlabele vela kude kwenze ukuthi gogo mawukhethile. And they wanted to preserve imizi yabantu. Manje wena
failing.
Lina usahle kutshela ukuthi ngasikhathe sendubuye. Kulo uthi uhlabele.
Unyenye. Osobadala lapha uhlabela besa
as an alarm.
Yes.
Because they knew that this is happening.
Yes, Jezebel waqalise eBhayibheli. It's old as the Bible.
I love where this conversation is going. So now I want to ask Indaba, not sounding insensitive singabantu basesintwini. Chieftains kule ndaba yobukhosi mina nginje kwamanje angikwazi ukuthi inkosi yesindebeleni ngubani. Ngiyezwa ngomunye uthiwa uStanley, ngiyezwa ngobulelani ngiyamazi. What's your take?
Even there is also, I think, Peter Zite was also contesting for that name. Who else? I met them when uBaba saphila. Ubukhosi le uma sizulu songesingaki sokufa abantu abangaki after ubaba Kings of the Nation ibanga ubukhosi buyaqhwaba whether nguStanley Chuma Khumalo ngubulelani Khumalo Zwide ozabuqhwaga uzabuthola. So which one is the rightful one? Uthomba lo okampi yakhe kwamadlela I'm not Ndebele impi yamadlenya mntwana dimasuku ka oyefuna ukungeniswa wayengumkhwenyana koKhumalo unkosikazi wakhe wayemfuna ukuthi basuka thathi ubukhosi bakhe ungabuqhago yabuthola so ukuthi right ngubani you want us to fork a knife no ozabuqhaga
akuthole
uzonguye
uyalandela yena wena nxa ngabe sokuthiwa sokubekwe lo
ukuthi ngizolandela yena mina as uPrudence honestly speaking when I was doing izinto zenkosi I really didn't think we want a king but if others want a king good for them. I
remember you have been part of organizations that have driven, organizations trying to bring back. I remember there was once a Mzilikazi Day where you tried also contributed in bringing together the Kumalos to say, let's have Mzilikazi Day, and during this Mzilikazi Day, let's ask the Kumalos who EP course. Yes.
Baluma, they didn't answer themselves.
Till today.
So do you feel like the family is failing us?
They're failing themselves. No, they're not failing, guys.
Yes.
Guys, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's easy. It's not as great as it is. Yeah. So also we amongst those.
What's your take now on ukona no wafika wala semzansi Africa emalangeni waba lo mcimbi laphana eBerry
waba Stanley.
Yes, was uthe yena uzobuya lamabhasi athatha abantu ahambela bangazi noma it was a joke or people were making that up.
Yes, declare.
Yes.
If it's daring and he's going to do it,
but maybe such.
Of course, as it doesn't have fiction that could
yes,
yeah. But if he's going to do it,
yeah, looking at how important this cause is, and people really need this kinship. Because I think what maybe how I know you still also believe in the contribution of culture and tradition in uplifting society. So now, when we're having these other characters coming in with things that they end up not doing, don't you think it affects also these movements of trying to revive Isintu Sagiti or the call for kingship? When these other ones are coming in and claiming what they are going to take this state house and
I don't know.
She was saying as Moyo. I believe when Bulano was not coronated, but there is a king, Moyo, who
the Moyo king.
The Moyo king.
Yeah.
What's your take on the Moyo king?
Mambo.
Your mambo, yes.
If he's the right one, unfortunately, the politics and Zanu that is trying to thwart into now the sense into a because the only to say so.
Okay.
I don't have much. What is it?
We also must be asking the same question. I think it's been long since we
you see now.
Yes.
Was just to thwart the others. But now ukuthi abantu babo Moyo nesizwe sabo Moyo sifuna ukuphakamisa umambo uma befuna ukwenza lokho kumele kwenzakala amachanga lawo babefuna ukuphakamisa amachanga namavenda ma tonganqabile one to do whatever they should.
Uthe wena babela phana uthe wena awusondebele umhlowa
Khalanga. When Ndebele ngoba Ndebele isizwe ne?
Yes.
But in 90 Khalanga.
Okay, I wanted to understand that. So isikhathi sethu singakahambi singakapheli. Nxa ukhangela ilizwe lethu leZimbabwe, as much as when we afisa ukuthi liqunywe, what do you see us in the next 10 years? As an activist, what would you say?
Ilizwe lethu as the whole Zimbabwe or
Zimbabwe Zimbabwe.
in the next 10 years. Yeah, it's not easy ngoba izanu isystem yakhona inzima kakhulu. Angikwazi ukuthi kwehlulayo. Can I say something that would be so unpopular?
Please go ahead. This is the uncomfortable truth.
Podcast
Yabantu. We want to speak these uncomfortable truths so that abanye bazoncedakala, abanye bazogcina besazi something like bengayazi. So
these unpopular
go ahead.
Contributions.
Ukuthi ngabe idudula le honestly idudula wonke umuntu ku diaspora South Africa, everybody to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
That's when Zanu will change. Yikho kuzaphuma iZanu khona. So mina idudula ngilokuyisupport to a certain extent.
Okay.
Yes, it is so unfair with people ukhatha ama ZTP just randomly. Ngabe bathi benikeza abantu 4 years but at the end of this 4th year it's final, not just abrupt like that.
Yeah.
And la le engalenza ngala street ukuthi babulala abantu, that's horrible. Ukududula that's horrible.
So you're very vocal about it also.
Yes. But ubutsotsi ubugebengu abantu asebekwenza lapha street thina sisiwe police asihlonipha indawo yabantu. Obaba bethu ke bona west, you know, wawungeke usikhuluma isindebele endleleni la. Manje sekubuyela futhi leminye futhi imihlobo yasemathabeleni ngasentawula. Abafuna abantu bendawo, you have to respect people. Thina futhi sasihlale endaweni. Manje abantu sebengena kuSoweto, sebengena ezindaweni zabantu enziyini ukwabona. So honestly akunjeke sengadudulwa sonke. In the next 10 years ngabe sokuntshintshile.
But do you think kumele sidudulwe, or there need to be something that should happen, or that should kube lento enga-appetize abantu to say willingly, because I don't think ukuthi when our fathers went for liberation struggle that to do, because most of them babesebenza even khona eGoli or enela, and they would travel from here up to Zambia going to be trained, and there was something that motivated them to go. So why do we need to be violently removed? Don't you think maybe sishota leadership that can motivate us or motivate the people in the diaspora to say, Kinako, this is time tuyakunembo siyapambili.
Yeah, I think we need a better system actually. Vele uyakududula umuntu kadudulwa manje. Umuntu wenziwa njalo. Ukuba umuntu kaphathwa njalo. But khona nje ukusihlukumeza uthi you are not home. You are not home. Yeah, kumele kube le ndlela honestly okwenza ukuthi ngoba we cannot be here forever. Ngoba they are still coming, flocking. Asikuthi khona igeneration esimile ukuthi igeneration le kuphela esibili. But still abazelweyo lokho bebuya. Kuzaze kube nini lokho okuyinto encane kumele si-uproot. Ilizwe libe right. Imagine if I was working home right now ngisekhaya auntie labogogo labobani kanti just sibalutshwana nje le little family asiseda structure lesanesimnandi. Yeah, so we it's tough. We need leadership eqinileyo
that can inspire people, just like the late Ubaba Joshua Ngo.
Yes.
And I would like to emalangeni when I join, she's one person that I know. She is always a pro Ubaba Joshua Ngo, done a lot in celebrating his legacy, doing about Joshua Ngo Day. I think those were the first people, the pioneers of the Joshua Ngo celebrations, even up to Lazim, the family, to make sure that he is celebrated. Recently, this name always quite a scarred time and again, especially in Tawans of Tomani, or a leader of the MRP that you said you sympathize with, said something that wasn't uncomfortable with the people, especially the masses, especially the nationalist voices, when he blamed Ubaba Ngo for most of the problems that we're having materially. So what is your take on that, and also on this figure of the late Ubaba Ngo?
Mina ngizophendula umbuzo ukuthi nxa ukuthi kukhona engusola ngoba uNkomo akumelanga ngitsho ngenxa yokuthi yena ngoba nje ngoba uyi-icon yethu na. I want to believe ukuthi ngaphandle mawumdelele efake ngendelelo.
Okay.
Then that's wrong. But then
so it's allowed to critique.
Yeah, it's allowed to critique. Baningi obafisa ukuthi wayeka zazi iZippla was a powerful force. But he was very peaceful. But at the same time, futhi mina ngifuna ukusola yena yedwa. Kanti bona laba besebenza why babemlalela? If bona babengafuni khona lokho. Why did they not overpower him?
So the blame shouldn't be
on him alone. So umkhokheli we-MRP unless wakufaka ngendelelo, then it's not fair. But nxa wayesola isizathu ukuthi hayi bafethu, we cannot continue like that. You know, we cannot continue lokho simbambathana.
Yes.
And la inkomo kanti thina sabe lokho sikhuluma ngoba unkomo yedwa. Thina kanti sizokhulunywa thina. Nxa lapho sikhuluma sathi sisenze imthwakazi radio kudala. Lo ngulube the late. Yes. Mina ngakhuluma ngathi kanti nasabe lokho Ivana lokho sikhuluma ngeHighlanders, lokho sikhuluma ngakambi Highlanders lo majayivana lo baba uNkomo. Ngathi yes asoze sikulahle kuzahlala kukhona, but can't we have more
Those
more
figures.
things. Yes. Esizama amahlombe abo sibe labo amanye amajayivana sibe labo abantu but good enough awusabona abafana abagidayo kumlawa yabona skies metro akabe ukuchaza akusekho lokho ukuthi uyalalela especially radio Zimbabwe ulalela from ekuseni kuze kabe kuzingoma zanongale but now sebekhona and politicians are coming up. I actually admire before singakaqedi ngitshela ukuthi sikhulume ngabantu abaright admire umuntu njengobhajila.
Okay.
Yes. He's CCC and umelela abantu bakithi and very consistent.
I remember there was a time when we pushed this agenda of when our places, when they were not being taken by the system. Ngoba balabala manje ukugibela bekhamba for training.
And abantu abanjengo-CCC kumele babanikeze yena. Yes, kumele he deserves it. He deserves it. Ncube sebesebenzile sokwenele. Ofiti sebesebenzile.
Okay, we need new blood. Abo stalos bonaba that are there. That vibrant leaders that are there.
I think maybe vele ngizofaka ikhoneni kancane. Ngawukhanyele emathebeleleni or ngathi ngawukhanyele. Maybe name for us 5 leaders, young leaders, ocabanga from emathebeleleni. Ocabanga ukuthi nxa benganikezwa a chance bengenza ngcono kakhulu.
Abanga on the ground or
anyway.
Oh goodness me. Well, I've mentioned to Collins, right?
Yeah.
Abanye angibazi. Abomongeze sebephumile politics. But he was upcoming. He was quite good when SSL was star. He had the potential. Yeah, he had the potential, but then said decide to become business person, which is fine.
Yes.
Hey, politically, it's unfortunate to omunye umuntu sezijija about the communist party is supposed to be what yes what uqala ngathi kwakuyi
sizambiza besombuza
ngathi kwakuqala ngiyakhona ukum-inboxa ngathi ndoda lapha mbona ngani suthufunakala la ubuyela ekhaya uye rejoina iparty leyi ngam-inboxa it was not CCC MDC
Green.
No.
Green was part of it, yes.
Alliance.
The alliance. Yes.
So, ngathi indoda lapha sokumele uhambe la. Because honestly we forced to reckon with and when is it. Abantu abanjengabo Nqamutho honestly they needed their own conditions of course. He's needed there, he's got it. So mention the 3, Who else? Abaningi just off my head.
Okay, you gave us 3.
Yeah.
So the other thing
and girls, the girls like
yes.
Craziers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I don't know, he wasn't supposed. Kwamela screamers akuye uba vice president. Kwamela akhala lapha. Kwamela scream ethi ngithraso yakho wena mqondisi MRP mina phumi.
They formed their own movement, right?
Did they?
Yes.
Kwaba iPhuteho. He joined. Namcene joined Peter, but then it's not a political. Maybe they ended up.
It's a pressure.
But don't you think Uti, in as much as she would have pushed on, because I feel like maybe because she was female, she didn't find enough support. Because most of the times you find, especially when it comes to leadership, I think you're one of the few that have always, when I tell people, I will say, share with us stories whereby you have been undermined because you are female. I think you have got plenty to mention. Don't you think it's also another syndrome that affects us Tina, as a people?
Yeah, you're really that's the world, unfortunately. But then you mama umelela uthona mina kumele bengizwele ngoba umama stand and become that mina ngangilwa yakhumbula bengiqothe meeting nabathethisa well
ngathi please bhakela wena
Lao.
I was supposed to be.
MTC. I think they were sharing a very a very disturbing rhetoric.
Okay.
So she stood up and do you still remember what really happened that day?
I'm mkhumbula but too much.
Yes. So it was really bad. She has always been, because that's why I want to ask you, why hasn't she seen the need to stand up also and lead?
My question
because I believe these decades of your contributions, of what you have contributed so far. Why don't you think it's a time or this card where you need to stand up and be counted and lead?
Amongst the leaders.
Chasing money is one thing, you are too poor. Chasing impilo, you know, at times we are busy but then you have nothing. Kids need this. So our resources, you are with I've done my part and go back to work. I went back to work.
Okay.
Not here, I went back to work and you know, anyway one day nobody anything.
Can you retell that story when you went to Zimbabwe and with
yeah.
Yes. What really happened?
What happened was we were in a car. If you kumbula kwakusanda kushona baba Mandela. Sasisiya ku commemoration ka Joshua Kabonkom. Actually, it was a commissioning of the airport.
The Joshua
commission that particular day. And kuzobuya futhi staging sakhe and commemorate. Right. So kwakusanda ubaba Mandela.
Yeah.
So because induna yethu vele yale nkala katha ebhakane eyibhalwe ukuthi ifakwe isithombe sakhe ngapha senduna yethu and then ngapha silesithombe sika Mandela ibhale ukuthi thina abakwamthwakazi sikhala kunye nani. Manje bayikhala laba South Africans yes thina abakwamthwakazi sikhala kunye nani. Kodwa nihlale nisazi ukuthi umthwakazi lokho engaphansi kwencindezi.
Okay.
It was a big banner.
So this banner, you took it to Zimbabwe?
Took it. It was so like we crossed the border. I think was on a border.
How did you travel with the car written inside?
Sangena sapuma sangena. Nicho.
Via Bridge?
No. Maybe bayona khona lapho sangena mpele ekhaya. Ile ikalakatha ebhana na nicho.
Kodwa litembe.
No, we radicals.
Yeah.
So you got to Bulawayo.
We got to Bulawayo. Wahamba emzini wakhe ngahamba mina ngikhaya ekuseni. Sasilama t-shirt wona lawana futhi.
But the same statement.
Lo baba unkomo ngapha. Kwakuma unkomo sasingu-2 lo baba.
Civil.
Silama t-shirt amaningi wanted to give out ama t-shirts ngapha kwabe kunkomo ngapha. Ubaba Mandela ngapha beqhawulana. Ngathi kwakusasenza into kababa unkomo. So sayenza awusafika futhi sapha ansasifakele emqhele vele sibahle uDamasani usisi uMadamasani wabona abafaka umqhele awahlaba abakithi laba sahlala phambili etendeni duzane lokugane lapha imoto ipakile ngahle kwezinye izimoto anti vele kuyangile bhana abantu bayangena baphuma abantu bayangena anti vele lama siya kwabe lokho ngene sizwe ku podium imoto so ile number plate so iyacha kunemphuthu
but izimoto lezo sikhathi
yes nagomeda isimoto yakho le umuntu uthi agomeda asomile aha
But didn't ring in your mind ukuthi this is a game.
Let me tell you then wahamba ugomede ne ngasala nihleli but hayi mina ngathi ngasola vele uthi what and it's taking long then ngafika ngama wathi kwenzakalani what nasathi asivele South Africa, you know, besikhala uMandela, there's nothing wrong about the statement. Cela ukubona abangena emotweni bathatha ama t-shirts wethu.
Wona la t-shirts lezo
yes kwakungikhona sizoye stage nanti
ama t-shirts bayalwasa
and vele sasivele goli previous
to
day
distribute
wona yes
not really. It wasn't for me. We were just pushing ukuthi unkomo lo Mandela kwakuyinto one.
So now, right.
So siyafika laphana ke airport kusayenziwa bakuthanda namalembu hey angisanyani.
Lawana igreen.
Green, red, blue, yellow. Angisanyani umuntu wenkosi lapho. Vele asibafake ngithoba abantu abasho abantu abadala bafake izithombe zenye into. Angisanyani kanti akuzange nange. Anyway, bese sebesibiza ke laphana bethi hayi no ayikho inkinga hambani ehlala phansi
Yeah.
hayi kumele kwasomele laphana China sihambe but anyway bathi ayihambani ehlala phansi babuya bambiza
labe ngibuyela ngahla
sahlala mbijana umadabasana ke busy ngi-introduce phela and then babe sithi basibiza kweswidis kwathiwa sihambe ne-police station. We just want to ask you a few things.
Like, did you drove in your car?
Yes, we drove in our car with a
the police apparat.
They said, I don't know.
Did they tell you that you were arrested? Or
no, they didn't.
So what was the reason? What did they say? Why they are taking you to the police
We just want to investigate you.
Did they tell you why? What
they didn't say.
Which alleged crime was it?
There was no crime.
Let's just go to police station.
Yes, let's go to the police station and investigate you.
And then what happened at the police station?
So why
are you sure?
Okay.
Why are you sure?
Kwasokusenzakalani
and he was so furious, he was so angry. I really wish him to there was a time in South Africa ngensuku zangikhona ngamfisa ukumbona after umgaba esephumile.
Yes.
I really wanted to see
who is this person. So were they aggressive towards
No, they
you?
were not.
Was he talking to you? Or
no,
you
you
just drove?
We just drove.
Okay.
Safika sangeniswa ke sahlala.
Central?
Yeah.
Did you go to Central?
Central Police Station. Sahlala sabuzwa ngabe mthwakazi what
umthwakazi lesikhathi vele isikhona esikhona
nasangikwazi ukuthi uma uJohn mawusithi singabe mthwakazi ngoba of course yes we are mthwakazi.
Yeah.
Wasesithi ingaphi umthwakazi ngathi uJohn nxa sithi ingaphi umthwakazi because umthwakazi is a people, umthwakazi is a group of people. I don't know what you call them yourselves as a group of a people of a certain region, but thina as abantu bemathebeleni and you are collectively known as umthwakazi. What is so where will this nation be? Ngathi hayi mbuza into ongayaziyo wena. Let me tell you what umthwakazi is. So ngathona afternoon batshela ngomthwakazi. Umthwakazi what is umthwakazi is a nation. Umthwakazi is not a political
was this in sales or you were just in church office?
Reception. Upstairs.
Who was interrogating you?
Some but labo phela abanye besinterrogate bathi thina sikwazi ukuthi kumele sidenzeni.
So you could see that these people are working.
I was so confused.
Abantu bayarare yiwo bathi yini. So sibakhiphe yini abantu bahambe. Hayi wangomira.
Abantu bakithi noma bele interview kumbe
bonke babengabashona. There's one girl uMasiwela I remember very well. Yeah, but there was iqinile esihlalele and ngabasembathe thathi linda liyabona ke khathesi wena umuntu ngikike uMasiwela u1 so ngathi lesingabantu kamthwakazi sisithi thina isithathele imisebenzi when we are rising sithi thina indawo lathi sesifuna indawo khangela wena wangathi angazi ukuthi kuyasetshenzwa ezindaweni but look at this police station right now how many are you and abalapha kanti bona bazasebenza ngani that is umthwakazi is rising that's what I was saying so anyway at the end of the day abantu because they did not know what they were doing.
Did you stay the whole day?
Yes, it was the whole day from about 11 a.m., 11-12 until but when basithatha my fingerprints what was a profile it's been a while but what I know is kwakumele sihambe but they ended up putting us into cells salala khona.
Hayibo?
Yes, salala kuma cells.
Were you cuffed?
No.
So what was the reason for keeping you kuma cells now?
Just yes.
Yeah, but I hear there were noises, people outside now who sent the messages ukuthi you because even this side in South Africa we did hear ukuthi you are now arrested.
I had my phone mina I had a very powerful weapon, phone yami. You know when I was going to events even into zabomzilikazi vele ngahamba you know big time for Facebook became popular and you know I was one of the few because photos sense gadade sengingaphi abantu baphakama ne so I had my phone I checked in singaphi sesihlezi ngaphi bathi sesiwatch yeah ku telephone yami ayi hotline abantu befona right baze banthathe telephone
base bebona
but ngasembhalile phela sesikotshiwe sesihambile and maybe that helped as well sesihambile siye police station sesithe that's how
also did they notice that now there's movement so the activity yakule phone
yes so they took my phone.
Did you by chance maybe ask maybe to have access to a lawyer?
Yes.
Because I think you're being detained unlawfully.
Yes. So what will you do?
Okay.
And someone else. Hey, abantu bekhaya kulahla. People that we thought umqondisi wabuya yedwa wazosibona.
Wow.
Abanye badlalela khatshana shema umqondisi.
Besesaba.
Yes. And that time Mthwakazi was not popular.
Yes.
Ngazisalutha honestly. I met a mark Mthwakazi before he was popular. Even ufaka isikhipa esibhale Mthwakazi. Even imqhele le. It was not popular. We took him qheles there. I remember taking him I did my small part. Yeah.
Do you think abantu bomthwakazi bayesaba ngoba kwesinye isikhathi ngicabanga ukuthi they don't see the reason for the cause ukuthi kuzasisa ngaphi khona kuzosinceda
abantu kade sebegqoka imqhele bayigqoka yonke indawo and they're proud and that's all that is.
So umuntu engabotshwa manje usho ukuthi bakhona abantu bazobuya bezomxhasa
ebotshelwa ini ukuthi ungumthwakazi yes abantu kade vela ngibona ukuthi umbanisa ngokutshelwa uba ngumthwakazi except if you are a political party. One thing for certain is umthwakazi akumela ngabantu becala ukuthi political party umthwakazi nabantu isizwe.
Thank you.
So we have good organization that even can use that word, like how Mani explained in our last episode. It's not a crime to call yourself Mthwakazi because there is an existing political party called Mthwakazi, Republic Party.
Yes.
So by then, you mentioned Mkondi is coming there. By then, was MRP already? MRP?
No. Remember there was a time about Mthwakazi. Mthwakazi revolution. What? By resolution.
Yes.
If you remember, yes. We didn't. Okay. So I worked a lot with them. I would raise funds for their arrests.
And this guy that passing on, this small boy, Pan was very vocal.
Yes.
I remember his name very well.
But
there was a very guy who was doing well.
Umqondisi at the time, you mentioned ukuthi umqondisi wabuya. Wabuya under which banner? Imthwakazi ngakabi ngoba Imthwakazi party
as an activist. That time he was an activist. Yes, he was an activist. Yes, that time as an activist. Yes. That time, Mama Chabalala, they were so much into culture, not into politics.
Okay.
Well, she might have. I didn't know that. But I remember Nhlangana nabo sisiye kadade.
So, like these days, I think Mama Tuleo, because I think they contributed much now. If you could say, that have contributed much to this track.
I cannot continue. And then Elisa, I don't have the energy anymore. So I was able to do these things.
But basitshela lapho abo producer bethu ukuthi isikhathi siyaphela. MRP 9. What's your take? It's a sad issue when you're looking at it. A chapter also that is Mthwakazi, not the party, Mthwakazi, the people. When you're looking at it, that is very unfair. What's your take on that?
Can I address this
Yes.
to the ruling party in Zimbabwe?
Yes.
Ayibele sineke sokuthi akulabanye abantu okubele bebele voice. And akulababa o perfect. Ubaba ngakutshela ukuthi baba lapho uyaphambanisa. Ubaba mina yimi sengifuna ukuhlala esihlalweni. Ngoba mina lami ngizalungisa lokhu la lokhu yani. Ubaba kangangikhami. So honestly lokhana it's so old fashioned ukuthi wena usafuna ukuthi omunye umuntu akhulume. Balecala abantu. Kulabantu abatshontsha amagolide. Ukhona umama lo waruthwa ngorushwashwa. Utshontsha uphuma legolide kazabotsho. Amagukura undist. Ababulala 20 million people, 20,000 people. Abaze bebotsho. Honestly ibenzeni abantu balona abantu from poor families. Abazindwe ngabantwana ngabomama. That's horrible. It's so horrible. It's so old fashioned. But bona bayi kwathani new era. Yeah.
New dispensation.
New dispensation. What's new about that? Kaba keep abantu labana honestly abalaqala elitheni. And ukubhikisha lokukhuluma ukuthi mina ngifuna ukubuswa ngizibani bani. Asoqala. Kaba bakhiphe please. Kaba bakhiphe Zanu PF mina lapha nani ngicela angaze ngikhulume lani. Khiphanini abantu benkosi they are so harmless. That's ugly. Kuswela ubuntu lokho abakwenza. Yeah.
That's touching. I think these are issues esikhathini esiningi okuba nzima ukuthi sikhulume ngazo. We get censored, we get stopped, but I'm glad you put it so passionately and siyabonga. Singakavali, what can you say to mostly to the young girl out there ofuna ukungena ku-activism noma ku-politics into trying to liberate ourselves as abantu baseZimbabwe?
Or just maybe activism, saying I want to contribute. I'm a girl child, but it's male-dominated space.
Cool.
And it becomes difficult that, if you can tell from your stories, it becomes difficult to fight as a female. But I think you have done it previously. Mama betu, nabogogo betu, they have done it before. But I feel maybe this current generation maybe. Do you think they are also doing much, or they've left it
drifted completely
to maybe to male or to other people to do it for them? So we think also they've got a very important role to play.
They have, actually, they have, really. You know, when a woman holds engabamba isikhundla umama uNkulunkulu wasidala nje ukuthi into ingabanje umuntu ongumama iyabambeka yang. Okay, to ladies, to young girls, to young women, you are needed empini bafethu ukwakha ilizwe, and do not be opposed by this man. Ngiyakwazi ukuthi when you come in kulabo joy abathi bona bahle kulabo abathi bahle, they're going to charm you, and for their purposes. Into engiyaziyo ukuthi khona what I've heard isikhathi esiningi omama obaba kuthiwa khona abantu bambisa imali bomama sibanje sizibanje ngivotela nini ulingavotela sisesekela uvotela umabantwana ngenxa ukuthi usuthe wona usumbamisile aphunya kuthanda nayi kade idali. No, I know we are very very soft singabo mama vele siyaqileka ngabantu ngoba, but today's women are not that kind. Today's women are not that kind. Mina kuthiwa ngisi-CIO and so kufana ukuthi mina ngizoba li-CIO njani ngoba i-CIO bafuna the kind of women abazobashela. Mina I went into activism. I'm not that component. I'm not pretty. Not that I'm not.
You're beautiful.
Not that. Not that. I'm but it stands in as far as part of my daughter sevenza now. They respected me. I would want to Prudence nyafunda. I was focused. So if they come, and I know that so many banengi impela abazangena futhi belandu, and what to share na khona kulanda balashelana, but Biwini Mandela.
Do you think maybe it's very interesting before you close, Joy? She mentioned something that is very powerful. The reason why Wautoti who having a chance to maybe say Shaba, maybe is the way that she carried herself.
Yes.
Which means translated to who's part.
Yes.
Do you think maybe we are like nowadays who's part in today's generation, or the out there, the bulk, maybe was partying with something, a short time. Maybe 2 hours maybe lower high, they're getting, they're fun.
Do you know where so many girls were, especially women P? Do you remember the girls that were there, and except for Togo?
Yes.
Rest in peace. Let's not mention names because it's ugly. You know, but let's not do that. Let's be, you know, abafana so, but don't do that. Don't do that.
Hayi bahlali babukeli siyabonga kakhulu i-podcast yabantu le ingxoxoxwa ngazo njengoba la uyazizwela ezinyokazwe uzwe ngazo uyaqala ukuzizwa la some as uncomfortable as they can be kodwa ziqhakathekile njengoba bengichilo ngingahambi ngedwa ngihamba lo bhuti wami laphana umongezi uthiwa umuhle mina ngikwazi anzange ngitsho kodwa
ngazi ngicala sekuvumile khona
yini elithi libahle
that khuluma iqiniso khuluma iqiniso
uthi first of all nayo
appreciate
no yeah good guys
siyabonga
yeah clean which is good
thank you siyabonga abahlali uhlelo lwethu luphelela la sihlangane ku The Uncomfortable Truth ku YouTube uhambe ku TikTok podcast yabantu ku Facebook podcast yabantu like click share sayidede indawo sale kahle
share
goodbye
thank you